Have you ever noticed how some people walk into your life when you're useful and somehow disappear when you're not? Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly, like they were never really there in the first place. And lately, there's this advice going around saying you should only be friends with people on your level. Same money, same status, same lifestyle. Almost like friendship is a membership club. And honestly, I don't fully agree with that, but I also don't fully reject why some people believe it. I think relationships have always been complicated, but social media made them louder. You start noticing patterns you probably felt before, but couldn't explain. There's this idea that people only befriend others when they need something. And if you think about it honestly, sometimes that does happen. People bond through comfort, support, access, or opportunity. Humans naturally move toward environments that make survival easier, emotionally or financially. But turning that into a rule, that you should only be friends with people on your level, that's where it starts feeling uncomfortable. Because what is level anyway? Money, lifestyle, popularity, or comfort? The truth is, people are very bad at measuring someone else's reality. Some people look wealthy but live under pressure and debt. Some people look simple but have stability most people don't even realize exists. And sometimes what we call level is just appearance. I've also noticed something else that people don't like to talk about. The internet has made sympathy very visible. There are creators who openly ask for help from their audience. And helping someone is not wrong. Communities have always supported each other. But sometimes support slowly becomes a system, a permanent system. Someone shares struggle, receives support, then keeps sharing struggle in a way that keeps the support flowing. You see situations where someone asks for donations and eventually builds a life that looks more comfortable than the people donating. You see someone receiving support until they're buying luxury things, while the people supporting them are working long hours just to survive. And that creates a very strange emotional situation. Because on one side, the person receiving help might say they're just using opportunities given to them. And technically, they are not forcing anyone to send money. But on the other side, emotions are powerful. When people connect to someone's story, they don't always analyze the reality behind it. They support because it feels right in the moment. And sometimes donors also need to feel needed. Helping someone gives people purpose. It gives people identity as a helper, a savior, a supporter. That emotional reward is real too. So now you have two sides feeding each other emotionally. One side survives through receiving, the other side feels valuable through giving. And somewhere inside that cycle, the original intention can quietly disappear. But even with all that, I still don't believe relationships should be built only around status or money. Because life doesn't move in straight lines. The person you see struggling today could be the same person who builds something tomorrow. Some people inherit comfort, some people build comfort, and some people lose comfort and start again. History is full of people who moved across social classes through unexpected relationships, mentorships, friendships, opportunities that didn't follow social rules. And sometimes people enter our lives for seasons, not because they are fake, not because they are using us. Sometimes seasons simply end when circumstances change. There are friendships that exist during struggle, friendships that exist during growth, friendships that exist during stability, and each one teaches something different. But there is also a pattern people quietly ignore. It's not about someone being rich or poor, it's about consistency. Do they show up only when they need something? Do they disappear when you need something? Do they respect your boundaries? Do they see you as a person or as a resource? Those patterns matter more than level. And honestly, fear has created this new mindset where people are told to stay inside social categories to protect themselves from being used. It sounds safe, it sounds logical, But it also quietly builds isolation. Because if everyone only stays inside their category, growth slows down. Perspective shrinks. Human connection becomes transactional without people realizing it. The truth is, no one survives alone. Every wealthy system depends on invisible labor. Every successful person depends on networks they didn't build alone. Every struggling person depends on someone believing in them before they believe in themselves. Interdependence is not weakness, it's reality. But interdependence needs awareness. It needs emotional boundaries. Supporting someone should never mean losing yourself. Receiving help should never mean building your identity around being helped forever. There has to be balance. And maybe the real question is not who is on your level. Maybe the real question is who respects your presence, even when you have nothing to offer in return. Because people who only stay when you are useful are not necessarily enemies. Sometimes they are just showing you the role they see you in. And once you understand the role, you decide whether to keep playing it. Not every friendship is fake, but the ones built only on benefit usually fade the moment the benefit disappears. And sometimes losing those friendships isn't loss. It's clarity finally showing up.